The saddest days are back. The saddest days are back.
Henry Wharton, thank you so much for giving me your time, mate. A few things I'm going to kind of have a little chat to you about with today. One guy whose name I knew of him for a couple of years from around the Yorkshire, Gary Atkin. I knew he was your coach, but I didn't. So I met him a couple of months ago. Liked him immediately. He's got good energy. So you basically, from the day you turned pro, you and Gary went on that journey from the first day to the last day.
Yeah, we did. Well, it was funny how it worked out really, because we was with our older coach. Both our coach was Terry O'Neill.
Mm.
He was one of my first coaches. He was my second coach in boxing life, and things led on, and eventually Gary turned out to be my trainer. And when me and Terry parted, it was all good.
Mm.
Everything. I love Terry still to this day, and we still love each other. But things move on, and it just a natural development to move on to Gary. We become good friends in the gym with Gary, and he's a bit of a lad, as you know. He's a lovely lad.
He's got a cracking sense of humour.
And it's just so easy. It's just so easy, and it didn't always betray the strict training regime. It was always just a bit of a laugh, which is what I needed anyway, because I was pretty much routine. I was routine, and I just needed somebody, a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of a smile, and that'd do for me. So it's horses for course. It is what it is. But yeah, if I'd needed somebody to point the finger, that'd mean maybe me going over the top. So a smile and a laugh and a good night. That seemed to please
And
me.
it worked for you both, didn't it? Really.
It just did. We went hand in hand with Gary. Go with us some laughs. The laughs that me and Gary have had.
He said to me, you're a silent laugher.
Yeah,
so when you kind of just, some of the stories, obviously I interviewed him the other month for the Mickey Duff book, and some of them are hilarious. And we were just saying that, Gary's got a story, maybe one day want to write his own. But, you kind of went along from the amateurs, because obviously he was your amateur coach at St. Patrick, wasn't he? Yeah. You're British, you're Commonwealth, European and three-time world title challenger. Obviously you were in the same era as Ben Eubank. Robin Reed was a cracking fighter. But obviously he was very successful. When I was with Gary a couple of weeks back, he showed me these books, the diet. So everything, your whole training regime was meticulously planned by Gary, wasn't it?
He was the cook. He was the trainer. He was the cook. He was the chef. He was the cleaner. It was everything. And one particular story, one day, we trained really hard that day. I think we'd done stupid rounds, sparring, running up Mount Teedy. I was in Tenerife, and he come over and he said, "I've just prepared the meal," and he had a robe on, and he come and served me the food, and I said, "Gary, I can't." I said, "You're half undressed, Gary. I can't eat the food." And just like that, and he said, "Behave and get the food, idiot. We've got another training session at so and so." I said, "I can't eat the food. If you'd been proper dressed, I can eat the food, but I couldn't eat the food." So yeah, I missed out on really like.
Normally, there's a lot of fighters, they'll lose, and one of Mickey Duff's quotes was, fighters will use you, abuse you, and then they'll swap, they change the trainers and that. But because so many of the fighters, they'll spit the dummy out, they'll lose this, they'll change. That was never a thought for you, was it?
No, I just think that nowadays, Jamie, truthfully, that there's too many people getting in the sport who don't really understand the sport.
Yeah.
I've been around this game for a long time. I don't shout an hooray to anybody now how it should be run and how we should run it. But there's too many people who don't understand the game. I think it's the only one game in the world that a lot of people who don't understand it can get involved at some point, at some part. And then what they do, they manipulate it so they suit it, because they change the rules so they understand them. That's what they do. And it's sad because it's all this screaming, this shouting, and the chair chucking, and all the ranting that they do now. Boxing is a gentleman's sport.
Yeah.
Boxing, just you shake hands with your man.
Lord Queensbury,
and you get
Marcus.
On, and years ago, there used to be 200,000 people coming from all over the world to watch two gentlemen of the sport. They'd shake hands before and they'd shake hands afterwards. As soon as the bell went, we don't always win.
Yeah.
The odds are, the higher you go up the ladder,
Hmm.
we're not stupid.
Yeah.
The odds are, you prepare yourself properly, but the odds are that you're going to run into defeat. And that's a possible, and that's 99.9% of the time it happens.
Mm.
And one half of the card you're going to win, one half of the card you're going to lose. Just some days you have your day, some days you don't.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I've watched a lot of you last couple of weeks, and he was there, and I've watched a few documentaries on YouTube and Gary's. So you were quite lucky, really. You had someone really, you were closer than close, weren't you? You know what I mean, like brothers.
Yeah, we were always close to Gary because we was always become friends anyway. I think that's what's good. It's a nice relationship to have. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you need the finger point, and that's fine. But I never needed the finger point because I was always dedicated. I was always true to the game.
But he did say to me, you were always late, and even when you trade in your own house, you still turned up late.
He said, "How can I get it?" Because I built a gym at the side of my house, and he said, "How can I get in this gym before you live there?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm sorry."
No, cracking bloke. Gary, if you're listening, mate, big respect, and you've got a marvellous story in it yourself. Gary Atkin, absolutely top bloke.
The sunniest days are met.